One thing I will say about Boston, because I'm probably going to turn this into a clip and I know it will make good content because I already have the complimentary clips to edit in over top of this. But I think a good example of Boston consistently going away from the stuff that was working is if you watch the fourth quarter of last night's game against the Pacers, the Celtics have this action that they really like to run at the elbows where Tatum will set this screen. It's kind of like this elbow flare screen for Brown to go to the corner, but then instead of actually like flaring out to the corner, Brown just exits to the weak side of the floor. And it kind of sets up this empty side pick and roll with Derrick White and Tatum. It was working really, really well because it would either get Derrick White going downhill and force Tyrese Halliburton to have to navigate screens and it generated contact, or would get him going downhill, or it would get Tatum a mismatch on a guy like Benedict Mathurin, and it would be Tatum on Mathurin in the post. And I mean, it was money. And for all of the gripes that people rightfully have with Tatum in the mid-range, he does take a good amount of ill-advised shots. That being said, I think Tatum is a solid post player, and when you can get him post touches, especially against a significantly shorter player, those are instances where it makes sense for him to take those shots. And when the Celtics were doing that last night, I think there were 3 straight possessions where they either scored or got a whistle. And I think the last time they ran it was Tatum basically did the same thing where he would get it in the post and he would score over top of a shorter defender. And I think when that happened, the Celtics tied the game at 105, and then they didn't run it again for the rest of the game. They just stopped running it. And it was like the Pacers weren't really adjusting or doing anything differently to defend it. They didn't offer a strong counter to it, and it was just the same thing every time. It was working every time. So the Celtics, I don't know, they're as always, they're their own worst enemy. Mm-hmm. And we really got to see that last night.